The belly caused premature birthborn. With the umbilical cord wrapped around her, Liu Che had no breath. Sun Zhao died. Crazy Sun Zhao was sent back home by her husband. Sun Zhao's hair was disheveled, and she was dirty every day, completely out of her mind. She found a method to summon the evil god in the trash pile using blood as bait. The more you seek, the greater the cost. The evil god feeds on resentment and fear. The more painful the request, the more likely it is to come true. Sun Zhao took medicine and locked his parents and brother in the cage he used to lock them in front of his parents. Sun Zhao tortured their beloved son piece by piece. Sun Zhao's mother lost her mind and was cut down by Sun Zhao, and Zhao's father was full of hatred and cursed Sun Zhao to die. Sun Zhao chopped off one finger from his father every day. From cursing to begging for mercy, Sun Zhao's father died in pain. Sun Zhao's mother starved to death, 3 souls filled with pain. I was awakened from the seal that had been placed upon me. The demon god is not all-powerful. The dead cannot be brought back to life. This is a request that even I, the demon god, cannot fulfill. But Sun Jiodi is a loyal disciple of mine. He has prepared a sumptuous feast for me. He awakened the slumbering me. I cannot disappoint my disciple. I condescended to take up residence in Liu Qian's body and acted as a well-behaved daughter. My mother pinched Liu Qian's cheek and said, "Liu Qian, your skin is so good. After finishing dinner, Mommy will take you upstairs for a beauty treatment. We need to start from the age of 20. Our upstairs beauty salon is equipped according to the standards of a beauty salon. We are rich and can be as extravagant as we want." Liu Qian's eyes widened in delight and said, "Thank you." Liu Qian ran to the dining room to drink some silver fungus porridge. My mother looked at Liu Qian with a dark expression. I am the daughter that my mother raised from a young age, and I was exchanged for 3 human lives. It's like my lifeline. I cough even slightly, and my mom knows I need water. I even frown slightly, and my mom knows the temperature in our house is too low. Liu Che has taken my place. My mom won't notice that. Besides, I never drink silver fungus porridge. As a mighty demon god, I only eat junk food. But my mom's wish is for Liu Che to come back to life. As a demon god, I must ensure that Liu Che lives well. After drinking the silver fungus porridge, Liu Che began to scratch her face. Beautiful spots began to protrude on her face, blood red in color. Liu Che looked in the mirror and let out a gasp. The mirror fell to the ground, shattering into pieces. My mother gently took Liu Qi's hand and said, "Kiki, what's wrong? Let's go upstairs to put some medicine on it." Liu Che looked at my mother with a complex expression and followed her upstairs. However, when they reached the door of the room, my mother opened it, revealing a line of coffins inside. Liu Che let out a gasp and took a few steps back. Mainly because I prefer darker environments, so Mom made her beauty bed into a coffin. The rattle of the coffin opened slowly. One is screamed. The baby girl, with only the whites of her eyes, crawled out. Elder sister. Sister Baby Longnose caught Liu Qian's delicate calf. White skin leaves a cyan palm print. The baby girl's name is Yuya. It was given to me by my boyfriend, who has a knife in OBGYN. Yuya's mother was found to have a female fetus. The husband's family demanded an abortion. To keep Yuya, her mother was in hiding. Eventually, Yuya's mother was found by her husband's family, tied up in a hospital and forced to induce labor. Yuya's mother died on the operating table. Cause of death: Yuya was given to me by her boyfriend. My boyfriend knows I like weird things. Liu Qian froze for a moment. She bent down and picked up Yuya. The dress gently patted Yuya's back. Liu Qian went to the window. There was a flash of strength in his eyes. Open the window. Who's your sister? Go to hell, Liu. A king raised her hand and dropped Yuya. My heart tightened. Yuya is my favorite pet. Yuya opened her mouth, showing sharp teeth, bite Liu Qian's wrist. My mother quickly brought Yuya back. Keep your mouth shut. Sister's kidding you. Yue's teeth. Took a chunk of meat off Liu Qian's wrist, a piece of leptin on Liu Qian's wrist. Rot and stink, Yue's eyes were white, only the whites of his eyes were bloodshot. Ugliness, bad guys aren't sisters. Liu Qian complained poison looked at Yue. Mom, what is this? My mom flicked Liu Qian on the forehead. This is your sister, Cease, have you forgotten? Liu Qian forced a forced smile. He excused himself and went back to his room. My mom's in a room full of coffins. She wiped her tears. My mother said to Yue, your sister's gone somewhere. This fake, what did you do to your sister? Not really doing anything, it's just a skin. After all, my mother is my biggest believer. I can't bear to see her cry. Good thing when I got back to the villa. With the skin I peeled off, forget it, put it back on. I ran to the attic, put on my skin. A sharp pain came. I don't know who's reinforcing my seal. My strength is weakening. This resulted in my face not being able to successfully wear. The skin from the neck down is white and soft as snow. His face was dripping with blood. I looked up and saw my mother coming. Cover your face, I don't want to scare her. Baby, this is where you hide every time you play hide and seek. My mother didn't seem to see the horror on my face. Put his arms around me. So how did my mom recognize me? You don't really understand. Mother dressed me in a beautiful dress. Mom also brought me my favorite fried chicken. This is not a good thing to give to that imposter. Fried chicken is great. We split the fried chicken between mother and daughter. I told Mom that imposter is also a believer and a friend of mine. My mom doesn't know. I am the god of evil. I can't give up. I urged Mom, don't kill him. My mother said it was strange. Cease, what are you talking about? How can Mom kill anyone? That's where the bones in the walls of our villa came from. I didn't contradict my mother. He was just trying to be a good mom to me. It's pretty dark in the attic. I like it when I sleep here at night. The second day, my boyfriend drove Liu Qian to his house for dinner. I stashed it in the trunk. I have to keep an eye on my boyfriend. I'm afraid he'll kill Liu Qian. I hid it in the big doll in the living room. The gentleman's boyfriend opened the door to Liu Qian. Liu Qian stepped shyly into the threshold. My boyfriend turned on the light. Get down on one knee. Seems to be going to put slippers on Liu Qian. A living room full of baby specimens was displayed in front of Liu Qian. The gentleman's boyfriend opened the door to Liu Qian. Liu Qian stepped shyly into the threshold. My boyfriend turned on the light. Get down on one knee. Seems to be going to put slippers on Liu Qian. A living room full of baby specimens was displayed in front of Liu Qian. My boyfriend has a good heart, can't afford to throw away an induced baby. It's all stuffed. Yue was supposed to be stuffed, too, but Yue can talk. My boyfriend gave it to me. Lucy winced. I looked down and saw my boyfriend. Liu Qian smiled happily, again, beautiful and charming. My boyfriend has delicate features under the lamp, fair skin, handsome and not mortal. I'm the one who pinched the face. I could hear Liu Qian's heart racing. My boyfriend took off Liu Qian's shoes, nice eyebrows together. You stink. Liu Qian looked a little embarrassed. My boyfriend picked Liu Qian up in front of the giant changing mirror. My boyfriend pushed Liu Qian in front of the mirror. Look at the rash all over your face. It's ugly. You stink. Dirty to death. My boyfriend looked at Liu Qian in disgust. Liu Qian trembled a little, touched his own face. The rash has spread to the neck. Liu Qian sniffed her wrist. Again, where are you? You bit her. Rotten and smelly. Liu Qian stumbled to the door. My foot is on a thumbtack on the floor. Fall to the ground. Liu Qian let out a scream, crawled out of my boyfriend's apartment on hands and knees. My boyfriend threw Liu Qian's shoes out, shut the door coldly. My boyfriend went to the bathroom and washed his hands. He came out and picked up the doll in the living room. I was held in my boyfriend's arms. Look him in the eye. My boyfriend put me on the couch, unzipped the doll from behind me. My boyfriend kissed my long cascading hair. I was clinging to the couch with my hands. I don't want to turn my head. I'm not afraid to scare him. I was afraid of the baby. I'm not gonna hurt you. Don't it hurt? My boyfriend has OCD and occupational diseases. He insisted on sewing my face on. I don't think that's necessary. Besides, no face seems more in line with my heresy. My boyfriend is fooling me. Baby, you gave me a face. I want to give you a face, too. Boyfriend's got a cute one. To have the face of poison staring at me, I had to do it. When my boyfriend was sewing my face, I reminisced. Meeting and falling in love with my boyfriend. My boyfriend was born without features. Mom and dad threw it away. The midwife felt pity, took care of my boyfriend. From childhood, my boyfriend has no facial features. Often bullied by other kids, midwives have a kind nature, teach my boyfriend to be kind. My boyfriend is under the influence of the midwife. Aspire to be an obstetrician and gynecologist, but good for evil. What can I do for you? The village chief's daughter-in-law had trouble giving birth. The village chief's family asked to protect the small, but not the big. The midwives are out of professional ethics. Save the Lord. Lost the baby, a good midwife all her life. Pushed to the ground by the village chief's son, hit his head and died. The village chief's family is powerful and powerful. Put a lid on things, claiming that the midwife fell to her death. My boyfriend is half a boy, but very stubborn. He hugged the village chief's son. They jumped into the river together. My mom was too busy starting a business. I played alone by the river. I'm attracted to the evil in my boyfriend. Probably water ghosts too. The village head's son has drowned. My boyfriend is dying. I grabbed my boyfriend's head. The water ghost was pulling his feet at the other end. I am, after all, an evil god, under the weight of my blood. Let go of the water ghost. That's what I told my boyfriend. Actually, because I haven't fully broken the seal yet, water ghosts aren't afraid of me. The village chief's son will also become a water ghost, but not yet. I can only use the power of my evil body, catalyze the formation of the village chief's son. You can't have two ghosts in one water. The village chief's son fought with the water ghost. To roar daylight a reach, it was two water ghosts fighting it out. I dragged my boyfriend ashore. I saw his face together. Doesn't God pinch people? So will the evil gods. Actually, my hand itches, based on the girl I saw the other day. I pinched my boyfriend's face, and then I realized I was wrong. The evil one is the village chief's son. The chief's son raped and murdered a girl when he was young. Probably more than one. My boyfriend's soul is just so-so, not to the point of being delicious. I'm disappointed. Just lift your legs and go. The boyfriend who woke up hugged his calf. The boyfriend looked at the river, the beautiful features reflected in it. Asked me, "What are you?" The first time anyone saw me as a god to my face, this evil god is happy. So I threw him my cord. Tomorrow is the card for the students. Didn't see that with my mom. It's getting dark. I'm afraid my mother won't find me. He'll get mad and run away. After all, my mother wanted her daughter back. I have to be a good girl. Son meets boyfriend for the second time. I saw him burn down the orphanage. Looking at me with a happy face, my boyfriend's soul is turning black. Much more delicious. The children are standing behind their boyfriends. One's face looks blank. The adults died in that fire. My boyfriend summoned me. His wish was to follow me. My faithful believer, as he wished. My mother also funded a new orphanage, took in the orphans. My boyfriend led these kids into my cult. I looked at my face in the mirror. Nice job with the boyfriend. It's a knife in obstetrics and gynecology. The boyfriend's kiss falls on the delicate line, crisp and numb. The soul of a boyfriend is pure to evil, aromatic head. I can't stay any longer and I'm gonna have a poison trial. I have work to do. I pushed my boyfriend away and stood up. The boyfriend chuckled, reached for my arm. I fell back on the couch again. My boyfriend licked my earlobe, whispered baby in my ear. Don't you want to try Adam and Eve's pleasure? I was standing all over in response to this depraved joy. One day, Dad got drunk, picked up the axe. Go to Mom. Daddy cut a lot. The red blood stained the wall red. A group of sisters carrying dolls interrupted a moment of bliss for both of us. This is my ringtone. My mom called me. My mother's voice came, and Yuya disappeared. I killed the chicken in the kitchen. Yuya disappeared. I closed my eyes and felt. I feel it. Liu Qian's hatred and obsession continued to grow. I could hear Liu Qian's heart. She wanted to invest Yuya and my mom in an orphanage, burned together as an offering to the evil gods and revenge for the insult at my villa. Liu Qian's wishes restore rotting skin and beautiful looks. Let my boyfriend write. He bowed down to my stupid believer. Too bad I'm not interested in the souls of this house. Liu Qian's hands. There is an evil seal book from nowhere. This is a book about how to seal evil gods. The introduction to the ritual of summoning evil spirits is very brief. If the one who asks is great, in exchange for a life, it's not in the Bible. The life I need is a life of dark resentment. I'm an evil god with taste, just like I have to eat chicken to eat fried chicken. I accept offerings only of dark souls. My mom invested in this orphanage. The adults and children in it are relatively pure. I don't accept it. I'm raising eyebrows at my boyfriend. God is going to rescue the pad under my seat. I snapped my fingers, ducking to Liu Qian's side. Liu Qian knelt in front of my idol. Yuya is locked in a cage tie hands. And he gagged his mouth. I attached it to the idol. Stupid believer, I didn't hear your call. Liu Qian opened her eyes wide. Lord Evil, can you hear me? Of course I can. Who do you think made you Liu Qian? Liu Qian cried with joy. Liu Qian's mother drugged me, and her boyfriend hates me. Liu Qian frowned again at Yuya in the cage. And this thing, bite me. Yuya bumped into Liu Qian. Too bad it hit the cage. My heart aches. Only I can shut down my pet. It's up to the owner to beat the dog. Liu Qian said to me, Lord God of Evil, you help me. I dedicate the entire orphanage to you. I just don't want to hear him talk. Just say I don't want the lives of those people in the orphanage. I want Zhu Gang dead. Liu Qian was stunned. Zhu Gang is Zhu Fei's real father. Zhu Gang was released from prison last month. She made a wish on me. I still remember Zhu Gang's eyes red. Lord Evil, I take my daughter's life in exchange for the second half of life. Rich blood relatives turn against each other and kill each other. This is the kind of scene the evil gods would love to see. Liu Qian did not hesitate for long. I'll do what you want, Lord Evil. That's when a woman broke into the old factory. They put yellow paper on the idol. My soul aches. I feel like he's the one who sealed me. It was Zhu Fei's mother. Carp, no wonder Zhu Fei can have my idol. Turns out he got it from his mom. Zhu Fei's Hand of the Evil Seal manual, probably his mother's, too. Liu Qian called to her mother. What are you doing? Carp suspiciously looked at Liu Qian. Liu Qian, uncomfortable, don't had, after all, is a daughter, just like me. I wonder how my mother recognized me. Liu recognized it. Liu Qian is Princess Zhu. Liu pointed at Liu Qian and cursed. I knew you were the one who took the idol. Liu is devastated. You stupid girl. I told you, this thing is dangerous. You won't listen to danger. Let me tell you something. Your dad wouldn't listen to me. Wish on this thing. He ended up in jail. You're possessed, too. To make myself look like a ghost, I touched my nose. This is pure and simple framing. Zhu Fei's father Zhu Gang. Wish me a daughter's life. Very rich, very rich. I ignored him. Zhu Gang went to prison by himself. Zhu Gang made trouble to cripple others after taking drugs. After being released from prison, Zhu Gang repeatedly hit a brick wall. He promised his own daughter's life in exchange for glory and wealth. Lucy's hot too if you weren't so weak. No money, no status. Do I need to envy Liu Qian? You have the power to seal evil gods. Why are you still selling fish every day? It's your fault. It's your fault. I just want to be Liu Qian anyway. Liu Qian's mother is so gentle, beautiful and rich. Carp gas to your chest, I'm not good for you, you little weasel. You're Aunt JOD and I could both expand our store. You have nephritis. I spent all my money on your kidney. Zhu Fei rolled his eyes. You're the one who gave birth to me. It's your fault too. The two of us are talking to each other. It was a bloody fight. My consciousness is fading a little bit. I slowly appeared in front of two people. Liu Qian is surprised that you are Liu Qian. You are not dead. Carp is a face solemn. He is not Liu Qian. He's an evil god. I'm finally waiting for the day to remove the evil spirits myself. The carp took out a snake-like dagger. Stabbed me in the heart. I ducked the dagger into my shoulder. My energy is waning. The skin on it is falling off. My boyfriend's sewn face, it's still stuck to his face. It is worthy of being the most ox doctor in obstetrics and gynecology. Through the mirror, I saw my face go white quickly. I am an evil god. It's not gonna make any sense. Dead in this abandoned factory. He's got his skull out of shape. The carp sees ya. Did not ask the next Liu Qian whose child this is. There was a purring sound in the duck's throat. Only the whites of the eyes were stained with blood red. Blood-red eyes staring at me, and the carp to Liu Qian said you put. Liu Qian was unmoved. Carp actually think duck pity. An idea formed in my mind. My power is gone. Liu Qian's appearance also slowly disappeared, showing Zhu Fei's face. Zhu Fei took the charm on my idol. Get some of my power back. I pushed the carp away. Draw the dagger. Carp angrily rebuked Zhu Fei. What do you do? Zhu Fei sneered at the evil god dead. Who gives me beautiful and handsome boyfriend? You're a true believer in me. Do whatever it takes for your own gain. This is the quality of my cult. Zhu Fei smiled at her mother. You can be imprisoned. Forbid the evil gods and let the evil gods fulfill our wishes. I certainly can't wait for them to imprison me. I ducked away with ya. We went back to our boyfriend's house. I'm afraid to go home. I don't want mom to see me dripping with blood. My boyfriend's house is spotless. I was just lying on his rug. I let ya out. You're rubbing against my body. Elder sister, yeah I. Sister through the dress mirror. I can still see my blood monkey face. Next to it was a cyan baby girl with a deformed skull. I picked ya up, slowly squeezed her skull right. My boyfriend, who's a neat freak. He picked us up tenderly, put it on her bed. My boyfriend looked at me fondly. Baby, are you the snake king these days? Always moved. I'm a god and I still have to maintain my self-respect. My strength suddenly came back a little. I put the leather on slowly. I'm still my mom's beautiful daughter, Liu Qian's sister. The singeing of carrying a doll. My mom's voice, baby. Mom heard from your boyfriend that you've been weak lately. Mom killed a chicken for you. I got a sense of my mom. This isn't a chicken. The abusive guy who left my mom. I lost money gambling. Being hunted all over the place. Begging my mom to help him. My mother is a holy mother. Found a place to hide the abusive man. Hired someone to deliver meals 3 times a day. Raised white fat. Today, my mother came to the place where the abusive man was hiding. Tie him up. Cut a man's belly open. Men have strong vitality. Shout. The man looked at my mother in horror. Pulled the stuff out of his belly. Made a pretty bow. Be hurt to death. My mother prayed for her daughter Liu Qian to be safe. No wonder I got some of my strength back. Abusive man, so tonic. He was this bad before he died. My boyfriend carried me to the bathtub. Slowly washed the blood all over my body. Boyfriend took my phone and his phone in the living room and coaxiated to play with the specimens. My boyfriend carried me back to his bedroom, locked the door. Being alone in stone is a supreme pleasure. The world can spoil me. The next day, the boyfriend went to work at the obstetrics and gynecology department. I put on my boyfriend's clothes and took Yuya home. My mom saw me wearing my boyfriend's clothes, have a strange expression, and some gnashing of teeth. It seems no mother likes a baby girl. Do something with your boyfriend. Did my mom say you were protected? The one my mom used to put in my purse. It was done. My mother took my hand and sat down. There's fried chicken all over the table. Chicken leg, chicken nuggets, fried chicken wings. My mom actually killed a chicken. And I'm very hungry. Eat and drink. The doorbell rang. My mother answered the door. The voice of the carp sounded. I brought the fish to your house. My mother was a little surprised. Yo, carp, why are you hanging out with me today? The carp came in, looking into the living room. I saw me eating fried chicken. Carp said to my mother, do you know what you raised? This isn't your daughter. It's a god or a devil. The carp came towards me with a snake dagger. My mother held a kitchen knife to stop the carp. I don't care. I raised it for 23 years. She's my daughter. It's my heart. My cheeks are bulging. Move to look at my mother. Carp stepped forward. Knife to kitchen knife. The kitchen knife has curled. I'm here today to help you rid yourself of this scourge. My mother glared at him. Put yourself in front of the dagger. My mom says your daughter's the problem. My daughter is my padded jacket. Your daughter doesn't even want to be your daughter. The heart of the carp seemed lost. My mother continued. We used to set up a stall at the wet market. My daughter knows she loves me. Squeeze my shoulder every day. Your daughter hates the way you smell every day. Carp angrily congratulates you to shut up. I swallowed the meat in my mouth. Strike while the iron is hot. Carp Zoo FEI seems to have had an accident. Carp pinch a calculation. Great change of expression. A sign, indeed. Zoo FEI wants to kill his father Zoo Gang. Zoo Gang is one step ahead. Hit Zoo FEI with his car. Zoo FEI is in the hospital now. It can't be saved because I have eaten Zoo Fei's soul. A soul full of selfishness and jealousy. It's really delicious. The carp, vindictive and bitter, rushed out. I had enough to eat and drink. Went to the coffin on the second floor with my mom. I put my arms around Yuya and said, baby, I found you a good home. Yuya said, no, sister. I smiled. You look like you're stuck in a villa forever. You have to look outside. Carp in the hospital waiting for Zoo FEI more than 10 days. Carp only Zoo FEI a relative. Although Zoo FEI doesn't necessarily want to mother a carp, Carp is destined not to put this girl because they were slaves to their daughters. My mom and the carp became good friends. Two people always talk about how to make their daughter's life better since childhood. Although carp rely on sharks to sell fish every day, send one's daughter to school. Food and clothing expenses have never been shorter than Zoo FEI. It's a pity Zoo FEI is Zoo Gang's seed after all. He hated that carp had no money. I didn't get up in the morning to wash and sell fish. Zoo FEI is selfish, never satisfied, be greedy beyond measure. I went to visit Zoo FEI with a bunch of white chrysanthemums. The carp's face is haggard. I feel 10 years older. What are you doing here? I evil charm smile carp. You want to save your daughter. Just be one of my followers. Carp cold stare at me, you dream. I put down my white chrysanthemum lips and smiled. I told the carp that you were going to kill Zoo Gang as an offering, sacrifice to me. I'll bring your daughter back to life. Carp looks like he wants to fight with me. Zoo Fei's instrument suddenly rang. The paramedics rushed in. I walked out of the hospital. Carp, look. I swear I don't want to be in bed with this evil god. Who knows? Zoo Gang was hit and killed by a car 3 days later inside the abandoned factory. The trembling prick of a finger, blood on my idol. Fucking bring my daughter back to life. I hugged Yuya. Yuya is a good mother. He'll show you the world. Yuya slowly disappeared in my hand. I really can't bring Zoo FEI back. The evil gods are not always faithful, but Zoo Fei's body is perfect for Yuya. Zoo FEI was declared brain dead by doctors in the hospital. Opened my eyes. His big, unblemished eyes The doctor said it was a medical miracle. But because the brain damage is excessive, the patient's intellect is back to childhood. Carp eyes complex looking at the bed of Zhu Fei. None of the usual family excitement. Zhu Fei saw the carp, tilt her head, and smile. Innocent shouted mother. Carp up stopped Zhu Fei. Mom's gonna raise you up again. Compared to Zhu Fei herself, very cute, pure, and kind, I think he'd make a good carp daughter. The three views of the evil gods always follow their preferences. A stall selling fish in a wet market. Every day you can see the carp with his daughter. Zhu Fei sells fish. This is the first time for everyone to see Zhu Fei. After all, before, Zhu Fei has never been willing to stoop to a wet market. Said it smelled. Zhu Fei is very obedient. Let the help weigh the fish. Kill the fish if you want to. When nothing is wrong, Zhu Fei squatted and talked to the fish. Zhu Fei has a lucky round face. The people at the wet market are very like Zhu Fei. Carp smile more than before. He looks a lot younger. My boyfriend moved into our family, so he can be alone every day. My mother welcomed him very much. I really want a grandchild and a grandchild. Now that the carp has become my disciple, he gave me back my sword. It will be sealed before weak strength. It's because my divinity is incomplete. After I digested the pieces of my divinity, I discovered something. I'm not a fucking god. I am the god of suffering, age of turbulence. The god of bitterness has many believers. The other gods were jealous, better god for the wind and rain. The grace of God's grace, the believer was momentarily weak. The gods took the opportunity to seal the bitter god. The winged compiled the manual for the seal of the evil god. Seal the mission of the evil gods, a sutra assigned to the throne of blessing. At that time anyway, no luck for the people. God of blessing has nothing to do. There is not enough room for a lot of idle people. A metaphor for countless reincarnations. I unseal it. He blocked me. Now I've made him one of my disciples. No one can seal me anymore, but he's been a demon for years. I prefer to be a god. The evil god sounds like a bully. Once I've digested the secret myself, the gods came to us. I wouldn't know their parents. After my boyfriend died, I'm going to turn him into my sitting boy. Stay with me. A boyfriend is a corner. I don't know what kind of god my girlfriend is. My girlfriend calls herself an evil god, but the truth is I'm the evil one. After I got dumped by my parents, I woke up the godhead. I could have been anything I wanted, but I don't think there are any features. It's a good look for an evil god. Since childhood, I have no facial features. I did get bullied a lot, but the kids who bullied me the next day weren't. A dog bite is a snake bite. Some fell out of trees. I didn't do anything bad, okay? Because the midwives are doing part-time mourning to support me. If there is a funeral, the midwife won't have time to read me a bedtime story. I love the folk stories the midwives tell me. You know, stories about weasels becoming sperms. Human beings are so fragile. The midwife is dead. I kicked the village chief's son into the river. I was thinking of taxidermy the chief's son and jumped into the river. I didn't expect the water ghost to fill it. The great power of my body is entangled. I quickly gathered my strength. My hair is pulled up. A clear divine power passed through me. Very comfortable. I enjoyed being pulled up. The power flows through my face. There is a feeling of comfort. I couldn't help opening my eyes. A delicate and beautiful girl. She rolled her eyes at me in disgust, turned around and walked away. I unconsciously grabbed her feet. What are you? I was going to ask, what god are you? First time I've seen my kind. The mouth is asking the wrong question. The girl seemed happy, smiling. I am an evil god. My lord, I find girls like to be called gods. And he thinks I'm human. After all, I had just harnessed my powers. The girl threw me a card. It says the summoning of the gods. Ah, he's an evil god. Then what am I? What does the girl seem to be in a hurry? Ran away in a hurry. I'm hungry. Ate to water ghosts from the river. but I still don't feel full. That girl was delicious. I went to the orphanages. He has a special thing for kids. After I ate a few adults, it still tastes bad. Just the girl who called herself evil last time gives me an appetite. I burned down the orphanage. Follow the card method to summon the girl. At that time I promised. The wish is the poison god. I restrain my divine powers, have no desire to restrain. My girlfriend refuses to accept this wish. Red face, let me change. I just watched him quietly. God knows I want to eat him. My girlfriend held out her white right hand at me. You will follow me forever. I will protect you forever. I already knew how to eat him, you know. But I changed my mind. I wonder how long forever is. I wasn't able to eat it though, but already ate it. The fruit of human taboos is delicious. I want to spend 100 years with this human body. Wait 100 years. You and I turned into Ray Bones. I'll tell him, I'm an evil god. I can't wait to see the look on his face. Extrovert to the final truth of bitterness, God is dead. The evil gods make dreams. Stop dreaming, my friends. You've never heard of the god of bitterness, because the god of suffering has died in the age of suffering. The heart of God is destroyed, not even a shred of divinity left. The bitter god is willing to sacrifice for the people of the world, for the suffering of the people in the turmoil. But in my opinion, those who did not stop are guilty. If I hadn't been at the front fighting demons, I would never allow that to happen. In hate and regret, I became an evil god. I have used my powers to dream many times. Resurrection of bitter god, such a bitter god. It's just that I built it, just a puppet doing what I want. I've been lonely for 1,000 years. The only diversion is to create such illusions, to deceive oneself. From ancient times to modern times, I finally saw a glimmer of hope. Human technology is really amazing. I uploaded the memories of the bitter god to the cloud and connect the memory of the bitter god to the internet. I can't believe he actually showed up. The living god of suffering lives in modern times, the god of suffering. The beginning of the bitter god was a little strange and incongruous. I debug and reboot the black box over and over again. Data has memory. The bitter god felt that he was being sealed and unsealed again and again. Now the bitter god has finally been revived in the black box. I knew it was him, and my boyfriend is my rock. I was arrested the other day for stealing human technology, got into a fight with the gods. My stone has a mind of its own. I need to fuse quickly. I've decided to give up being an evil god. Upload all my memories to the cloud. What's so good about being a god? And I'm done messing up the world. I destroyed my idol, and then go to the digital world and be with the bitter god. Complete info.